We just went through Chag HaShavuot, Matan Torah, the holiest day for Am Yisrael, as the Gemara says in behalf of Rav Yosef, Ilav ahu yomar Rabba, puk hazeh kama Yosef ika beshuka. With out of this great day of Chag HaShavuot, go and see how many Yosef there are there outside. Special day of Chag HaShavuot, which is Matan Torah. Let's understand a little bit what is the Torah. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, the Torah includes all the wisdoms in the world. All the science includes in the Torah. I saw something interesting about science recently. They're talking about genetic engineering. And part of the genetic theories, DNA includes the information of the entire body, which means each cell has a DNA and has the information not only of this specific cell, it has an information on the entire body. That's basically what they did with the sheep, the famous sheep, Dolly. They took one cell from the sheep and they managed to double the sheep, make another one similar to the first one. And the idea is that the Kadosh Baruch Hu, when he created a person, he created the creation, he put in every cell of the body, he put the information not of this particular cell only, but also everything is included in the detail. The general includes in one detail. I visited recently in a lab in Israel. They're developing bones from fat. They're taking a fat from a human being and they're developing a bone for him. If someone went through an accident and he crushed his bone and he needed a piece of a bone, they take a fat from his body and they're developing bones from the fat. It's amazing to see how the cells of the fat understands that in certain conditions they should develop bones, not fat. And then they're installing the bone back into a person and the bone is adjusting, reconnected, and like nothing happened ever before. We see from this, Zohar HaKadosh talks about this idea that everything of the creation is included in one of the details. In the Torah, it's the same idea. Everything is included in one word of the Torah. And the word Bereshit includes the entire Torah. There is a sefer from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Tikunei HaZohar. A whole huge sefer talks about just one word of the Torah, Bereshit, showing how the entire Torah is including in this word of Bereshit. And amazing to see what the Vilna Gaon explains, that the Torah is not just teaching us the rules, the mitzvot, the wisdom of Hashem, but Torah, it's a book that everything, all the creation is written in the Torah. As Zohar HaKadosh says, קודשא בריחו ואורייתא וישראל חד הוא. הסתכל באורייתא וברא עלמא. הקדוש ברוך הוא looked at the Torah before he created the world. But not just the blueprint of the world, as people used to say, but also the life of every human being is written in the Torah in details, which means every step of a person's life, from the day he's born till the day he passed away, in little details. Everything is written in the Torah. How many human beings we have in the world? Since the first day of the creation, from Adam HaRishon, until the end of generations, everything is written in the Torah. And everything is written in one word, in Bereshit. That's unbelievable. But I'm going to give some idea to see how we can sense a little bit, not to see it in visual, but to get some sense of it. Chazal tells us that each letter of the Torah has 6 ways to read it. If we were going to take the word Bereshit, how many ways there are just to read the letter Bereshit? So we know Bet is a Bet and Resh is a Resh, but there are 6 ways to read each letter. For an example, Atbash. What is it, Atbash? When we see Aleph, you don't read it as a Aleph, you read it as a Taf. When you see Taf, you don't read it as a Taf, you read it as a Aleph. When you see a Bet, you read it as Shin. When you see Shin, you read it as Bet. When you see Gimel, you read it as Resh. When you see Resh, you read it as Gimel. And it's extra. And there is Al-Bam, Aleph and Lamed, Bet and Mem. And there is the otiyot of Ahas that they changing between each other, switching. So basically each ot that we see in the Torah has 6 ways just to read it. The word Bereshit has 6 otiyot. how many ways there are just to read the word Bereshit. We made a calculation once, close to 30,000 ways just to read the word Bereshit. That's if I like to read the Torah. Now to understand the deep meaning of each word, and then to connect the sentences, and to make the paragraph, each way of each oath, it's an endless way of just reading it. To go deeper and understand it, this is what the pasuk says, Aruka me'eretz midah urhava miniyam, which means the Torah, the length of the Torah is so long from the entire earth. And when pasuk says me'eretz midah, it means even if you're going to make a mikra from the earth, you're going to take the earth and you're going to do, like we have on a map, on the side of the map, we have each centimeter on the map is 100 miles in reality. You take earth and you say each centimeter on earth, it's a million miles in the Torah. Aruka me'eretz midah. The Torah is even longer. Urhava miniyam, the depth of the Torah is an endless depth. יהי רצון שנזכה ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, נזכה לקבל התורה בשלמות, אמן ואמן.